Hello students, welcome to Easy Elimu Learning Simplified. I'm your teacher, Mr. Stanley Umbugu. So dear students, welcome back and thank you for being part of this session. And in the episode, I'd like to take you through a topic under writing, and that is agenda. So agenda is again one of the functional skills topics that we have in Form 3 work. So when talking about agenda, dear students, we cannot fail to mention notification of a meeting or notice of a meeting. So when you get a question on that is notification of a meeting or a notice of a meeting in paper 1, expect to also be asked the same under agenda, because in most cases a notice or notification of a meeting has an agenda that is attached to it. So if you missed our video about notification of a meeting, kindly check it out. So notification of a meeting is a document that is sent to members of a particular group to inform them about the time that a meeting is scheduled to take place. Again, the date when the same meeting is scheduled to take place, and the location or the venue, and lastly, the information to be discussed. So the information to be discussed that is normally, given to the members in notification of a meeting is what we call an agenda. So agenda refers to these issues that are to be discussed in a meeting. And just like I have said, it is good to notify members of a group or an organization of a meeting that is to take place so that they can adequately prepare themselves to attend, and do not fail to provide the information that I have also mentioned, and that is information of time, venue, and what is to be discussed, as they are all necessary. So an agenda, dear students, is the list of activities in a meeting and the order in which they should be taken up. So when we're talking about the order in which they should be taken up, it means that there is a specific, there is a sequence that must be followed. For instance, in a meeting, in any meeting that is organized and formal, we cannot start by adjourning a meeting, then later on finish the meeting by confirming the previous minutes. So that is inappropriate. So it means that when you are listing these activities, you must list them in order, that is in order in which they will be taken up, or they should be taken up or discussed. So any organized meeting requires a well-written agenda. So in most cases, meetings that are serious, and again, meetings that are objective must have a well-written agenda. So if the agenda is not clearly written, the result will be that the meeting will become overlong, inefficient, or even a slog. So if members of a given group, or if members of a particular group attend a meeting without an agenda, then there are high chances of, the meeting not coming to fruition, because there will be no order, and the moment there fails to be an order in a meeting, that is where things now messes now start coming in. So agenda is written and handed to the members participating in a meeting prior to the meeting. Remember, it is to inform them. It is written, a notice of a meeting is written to inform the members of what they are going to discuss. So it means that this agenda must be attached to the notification or the notice of a meeting, so that the participants or the members of a particular group in a meeting know some of the points that they are going to put across during the meeting. So most secretaries prefer including the agenda in notice of meetings. So not even secretaries nowadays, even if you haven't been asked, if you're given any question on notification of a meeting and you are not told or instructed to include an agenda, please go ahead and attach the agenda there even without being asked. It has become more of common sense. So now the next thing or the next area that I'd like us to look at is now how to set an agenda for a meeting. How are you supposed to set or come up with an agenda before we look at the steps to writing an agenda? So on how to set an agenda for a meeting, dear students, the first thing, determine the type of the meeting, whether formal or informal, and its length. So when you talk about the meeting, the meeting length, this is the time that is going to be taken. Remember, these meetings, people have to sacrifice their, some time out of their busy schedules. So you must look at the length of meetings, because in most cases, the members of this group have got other activities to attend to. So also determine the matter or the matter or matters that need to be discussed in relation to the group's objectives and annual calendar in the case of a club. So another thing is that decide whether the matter needs to be discussed or whether it is a mere announcement. So sometimes there are matters that need no discussion, and again there are those um, that must be discussed. So in your agenda, or as you set the agenda, ensure that you decide whether the matter needs to be discussed or uh, whether it is a mere announcement. And also, a matter needing discussion has got several sides to be considered before a decision is reached at. And announcements can be pinned on notice boards or be made orally at assemblies. So that also must be considered. So another thing is that the number of items to be discussed should be numbered in the order in which they will be discussed. I had already talked about this. You must ensure that you list the activities in the order in which they are going to be, taken up. And lastly, on how to set an agenda for a meeting, ensure that the items for discussion must be in statements for easy understanding. Do not, do not become ambiguous in your when listing some of the items. So just use statements so that the members are easy to understand them. For example, election of officials, trip to Masai Mara, mhm, election of party officials, etc., etc. So the agenda items should be clearly stated. So on to the next area that is very important. That is the elements or steps to writing an agenda. So we want to look at the elements of an agenda, the things we are supposed to include, the do's and don'ts. So on the steps to writing an agenda, dear students, the first thing that you must do is that you must write the name of the institution. So if possible, you can provide the institution letterhead, but this is not common in when writing exams. So if the institution is EasyElimu, then the first thing in that agenda, write in capital EasyElimu School or EasyElimu Learning Center. So the second element or the second step is give your agenda a title. So the title is simply agenda, and the agenda of a meeting, or simply a meeting, also written in capital letter, and the name of the group to hold the meeting. So if it is maybe again a Junior Achievers Club or a debating club or a journalism club that we have in Easy Elimu Secondary, then ensure that the name of the group, that is a journalism club, is there together with the name of the institution, and you must begin with the words agenda. You must begin with the words agenda. Then also include the date, time, and the venue of the meeting. This is a must. You must ensure that you talk about, the date, time, and the venue where these activities are going to be discussed. Then now introduce your agenda by listing the items. So list the items to be discussed. Start with the first one, which is our preliminaries, then reading and confirmation of the previous minutes, followed by matters arising. So some people will write unfinished business, but it is outdated. So use matters arising. Then list all the other items to be discussed. From there, add any other business, and lastly, adjournment. So here is a sample of agenda, and in the sample, just like we mentioned under the steps, we have the name of the institution coming first, and that is Easy Elimu High School, and it is followed by the title, agenda of the meeting of Scouts Club. So remember, we say that we have got different clubs in an institution or within an institution. So we can talk about journalism, Junior Achievers, Scouts, Science Congress, and so on. So agenda of the meeting of Scouts Club or Easy Elimu Scouts Club. So we have the date, that is 24th January 2027. Time is 9 a.m. The venue is school, the school hall. Then the agenda are here listed. So there will be the second meeting of the year with the following items to be discussed. So number one, we have preliminaries, followed by reading and confirmation of the previous minutes, matters arising, then now the items, other items including camping trip, planting flowers, then always remember to include A or B, that is any other business, and adjournment. Then lastly, the closing or signing off as indicated. So as you sign off, you start with the signature, name, and designation. Remember, if you start with the name followed by the signature, you are penalized. So dear students, that brings us to the end of the session. Thank you for keeping it easy, Elimu. Until next time, bye.